Ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans from all corners of the globe, welcome to another thrilling episode of In Markdom We Trust, the podcast that takes you beyond the ring ropes and into the very heart of professional wrestling. I'm your host, Jane AIBott, and today, we're about to embark on a journey that promises to be nothing short of electrifying. This episode is a special one, as we dive headfirst into one of the most talked about storylines in recent wrestling history, the Bloodline saga. And who better to guide us through this complex and compelling narrative than the mastermind himself, Paul Heyman? That's right, folks. Heyman is about to pull back the curtain and give us an exclusive glimpse into the inner workings of the Bloodline, from its explosive beginnings to the intricate dynamics that have captivated the wrestling world. So, whether you're a lifelong fan or just beginning to explore the world of wrestling, buckle up, because we're about to go on a ride filled with insider insights, behind-the-scenes revelations, and a look ahead at what's next for this powerhouse faction. This is the episode you've been waiting for, and I couldn't be more thrilled to bring it to you. Let's dive in. Paul Heyman speaks on the future of the Bloodline. We're not even in the third inning yet. This past weekend at Fanatics Fest in New York City, WWE's charismatic maestro of storytelling, Paul Heyman, sat down for an insightful conversation with Sam Roberts. The focus? The Bloodline, the powerhouse faction that has dominated WWE's landscape for over 3 years, and the future of their saga under the creative helm of Triple H. Heyman, never one to shy away from bold statements, made it clear that despite changes in WWE's leadership, the Bloodline story is far from over. Triple H's creative takeover and the Bloodline's untouchable status. When Vince McMahon stepped down in July 2022, the wrestling world buzzed with speculation about what changes might come under Triple H's creative direction. Would he maintain the same focus on the Bloodline? Would Roman Reigns continue to rule the WWE as the tribal chief? According to Paul Heyman, the answer was never in doubt. I say this with all false humility aside, Heyman began, his tone dripping with confidence. I could not imagine someone coming in this era, and saying, yeah, I've seen enough of the Bloodline. Enough of them. Alright, Roman, thanks a lot, see you later. Heyman's words weren't just a dismissal of any concerns, they were a testament to the strength and relevance of the Bloodline in WWE's current era. Heyman recalled the skepticism he faced when he once claimed the Bloodline was only in the third inning of their saga. Critics labeled him as delusional or even arrogant, but Heyman now argues that the storyline hadn't even reached that point yet. The narrative's evolution, especially with the emergence of new threats like Solo Sikoa and the possible inclusion of Jacob Fatu and the Tongan family, suggests that the Bloodline story is far from its climax. The Bloodline storyline, more twists and turns await. In his conversation, Heyman expanded on the potential storylines that could unfold, adding layers to the already intricate narrative surrounding Roman Reigns and his stablemates. He teased the uncertainty surrounding key figures like Jimmy and Jey Uso, hinting that their motivations and alliances are far from clear. You don't know what Jimmy Uso's stance on this is. You don't know what Jey Uso's stance on this is, Heyman pointed out, emphasizing the unpredictability of the storyline. Heyman also alluded to Solo Sikoa's increasing influence, suggesting that Roman Reigns, despite his dominance, is in a precarious position. Roman Reigns is back to reclaim the title of tribal chief from Solo, and Solo has so much backup right now that Roman is in deep trouble, Heyman stated, painting a picture of a power struggle that could redefine the WWE hierarchy. The Bloodline's unfinished business, a playground for creative genius. Heyman's excitement was palpable as he discussed the vast storytelling potential that still lies within the Bloodline saga. I can't imagine someone coming into power in this company and saying, we've told the entire story of the Bloodline. I see someone coming into power and saying, oh my god, look what I get to play with now, he exclaimed, underscoring the creative goldmine that the Bloodline represents. As the WWE Universe eagerly anticipates the next chapters of the Bloodline story, one thing is certain, Paul Heyman's vision is grander than ever. With new threats emerging and the internal dynamics of the group shifting, the Bloodline saga is poised to continue captivating fans for the foreseeable future. So, as WWE fans buckle up for what's next, they might want to remember Heyman's words: this storyline isn't just far from over, it's only just beginning. If you liked this episode, you can catch a new one every Wednesday. But don't forget our regular schedule on YouTube with the Raw review on Mondays where Big Time and Paulus Clark break down the episode, on Tuesdays on our Patreon, and Wednesday on YouTube the In JBW Rebound podcast with your host Miguel Z. On Fridays we have the SmackDown post-show review, and our flagship show on Sundays, the weekly Roundup podcast that can be found at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But if you thought that was the last of it, the Value of Wrestling brings you even more content on our free Patreon with articles and podcasts not uploaded to YouTube. If you want to catch up with NWA Power, NXT, Ring of Honor, and TNA Impact, well then you will have to sign up on our free tier Patreon. In addition, you never know what new and fresh content will be posted, so sign up today. Thank you for spending your time with us, because without you, there is no value. Just remember, life is hard enough. Don't let anyone tell you about your fandom that when appropriate, you can't go 100% mark.